This video is going to show how to isolate a state and their zip codes, and also how to export the list of the zip codes that fall within a state, and to show the boundary as well as the point zip codes and which point zip codes fall within which boundary zip codes. Just real briefly, there's two types of zip codes. There's boundary zip codes, which are defined by a shape, and we can see that if we turn on our zip5 layer in Map Business Online and we just zoom in, then we can see a boundary zip code. We can see 34691. It's a boundary zip code defined by a shape, and it can be filled in with a color, with territories, and so on. The other type of zip codes is their point zip codes, and point zip codes are just individual buildings that receive a lot of mail. So maybe it's a very large post office, and maybe there's two very large post offices within this 34691, and so those point zip codes would have their own zip code different from 34691. And so the process we're going to go through is how to isolate a state, how to export it, and find out which point zips are within the boundary zips. So I'm going to zoom back, and so we've enabled that zip code layer, and I'll just turn on my states layer just so we can see it. And so now, how do we isolate a state? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to click this filter map button, and I'm going to clear all the states because I'm going to just take a look at the ones in Florida. So I'm going to check the box for Florida and click filter. So now we've isolated all the zips in Florida, and since we've done that, we can now go up into the data window. And in the data window, normally when you look at this zip5 global list, it'll show all the zip5s in the United States. Since we've done that filter map view with just the state of Florida, we're just looking at the zips, and there are some zips that looks like cross state lines. So one of these crosses into Georgia, it looks like. We can always tweak that after we export it in Excel. So the next thing we want to do is we want to click this export button, and this is a new feature that we've added recently that's called add point only no boundary zip codes. So we're adding additional point zip codes to this list, even though we don't see the list here. So I'm going to click next, and I'm going to export that file. We'll just call it Florida zip codes. Now let's open up that list. Okay, so this is what we've exported, and I'll just kind of spread out some of these. So we have the zip code, the primary state, place name, which is just another name for the town, primary county, what type of zip code is, the boundary ones with the shapes, and the points are the buildings within the boundary zip code. And so what we can see here is that this point zip code, 32006, actually falls within this boundary zip code of 32003. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks and have a great day.